I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing I have to understand is time doesn't work the way you think it does. You can only work on no one's talking to you. Welcome to the cult. Welcome once again to Booty Tickled in the Trow. Booty Tickled, a true neuro-linguistic programming. The true NLP. Moving on to voice of command, tones that bend the will. Alright, so this one is actually pretty simple. It's actually all about vocal tone modulation. You go lower for like safety, seriousness, gravity, gravitas. You go higher when there's danger. You also pitch up for curiosity. This is part of actually, not from an NLP standpoint, but from just a French linguistic standpoint, or not even just French linguistics. I feel like this is actually linguistics in general. There's a tendency for people to, I think there's a linguistic rule actually that sometimes you can just ask a question by pitching up at the end of what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like people naturally will pitch up at the end of a sentence. And so like that's actually kind of just a signal of asking a question, just kind of in general. It's all about pacing and leading, like we talked about in one of the previous videos. I forget which one. It's not inherently bad, like a lot of this. It just really depends on who's using it and why. Defending against it, like watch and like actually watch some advertising. Like, don't skip through a couple YouTube videos. I mean, like videos. Don't skip through a couple YouTube advertisements. And like, cause like this technique is actually all over all of them. Like it's all over advertising. It just is. Like you can like look at the actual ads. And like you can even see in print media, which is funny considering it's called voice of command, but and so like match the tones used. And it's a little trickier when you're looking at like print media. Because like it would have to be. But like look at the tones used and the emotions triggered in you, and you'll start to like recognize this happening in action. And once you start recognizing this happening in action, it's a lot easier to just like stop and be like, well, I actually don't really actually feel like this is anything but an inappropriate response from this particular image. Like that's just not me. So, and just like separate it. The freedom illusion. This is the worst. Like the last one's definitely been on me, as has this one. This one is the worst. I think. I still got a little bit left in the video I'm watching. So this is basically like this is something I actually learned a while back. When I needed to take this like driver's course. It was basically so I could get my license reinstated or something like that. It was like too many speeding tickets, or like, oh, it was after I got into a car crash with a uninspected car, because like I fell asleep at the wheel, and but I ended up in a course that basically was like part of the like a need people have that's fulfilled by driving, like a car, is like a need for freedom. I think there's a like, I forget what the other ones were. I think one of them is a need for control. I think that was another one of them. Anyway, so basically like everyone has like a need to be free. It's basically like this core concept of like you can't tell people what to do. That's basically the core concept of it. You tell someone what to do, they'll tell you no. No, I won't do that. Why? Because you told me. Because you told me to. Because you told me to, I won't do it. People have a natural reflex to just do that. So the way this works is like there's 2, 3, 12 paths, whatever, all leading to a single outcome. This is something actually that one of my old GMs used to do to me, do with me and his other players. Like he would have his campaign, his scenario, and we have like the end that he would want all of us to get to, and we would have all the different paths, which is a lot like, I guess, just like dungeon mastering in general, I guess. This is also called choice architecture, especially like in these scenarios, like use of this technique in stores for product placement. Choice architecture is also how Facebook works. So like Facebook is effectively like one of the best examples of the freedom illusion in action. Choices that aren't choices at all. Because you're not actually making choices because you're always choosing from the algorithm because the algorithm's always making the choices for you to a certain extent. Depends on getting people to choose then to get them to defend those choices. Like, get people to make a choice so they will then choose to die on that hill. So they'll like make themselves their own little mountain to die on. That's like basically the core concept of this. And it's not about removing choices, but like creating a ton of choices, all leading to a single outcome. And like car sales, this is a perfect example of this. Next time you're presented with a ton of options, and like ask if this is just like the full range of possibilities, or is it just the ones that are being laid out to you? And is your decision serving yourself, or is it serving someone else? Probably the one who gave you all of those like many options and choices, all with the intent of it going to one place they chose. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.